Maken Season 2. It's an unexpected entry from my channel. This is a long time coming show, given my obvious obsession with ecchi and other fanservice related stuff. Yeah, I am done with the harem titles, got a few more to add to my collection. The first season of Maken was a mixed bag. On one side it had plenty of the things that I like, and made the genre great and fun, and yet on the other hand it kinda was a disappointment when it came to its overall story and main character. The girls are the focus of the show in this type of anime, however, the harem king is a crucial element which can make or break the experience. Maken, the weird looking protagonist, was kinda lame.
No way, sister! Tuckeroo's my fiance!
This is getting dramatic!
I mean, he was useful, and he could actually pull his own weight in a fight, but he was nowhere near the level of Issei Hyodo from the DxD franchise. He would have an accidental pervert who was way too lucky for his own health. Yeah, in this harem, the girls are rather hostile towards him. This is a shtick at the beginning, and yet Maken still reinforces this concept throughout the series, therefore giving me the impression of stagnation and unfortunate repetition. Don't get me wrong, I love me some petty shots and shower scenes, but also like character development and a decent enough narrative for a somewhat enjoyable concept.
Yes, come on in.
Here's that essay you had me write about not creeping at the volleyball court.
The second season of Maken gives up on meaningful continuity of the franchise and gives us a bunch of episodic events to further develop and expand certain aspects of the show.
Okay, for anyone who thinks that a less busty body would make a better plate, I have a rebuttal.
I will cut a bitch!
At first I was disappointed. It seemed like a bunch of ovas stuck together, so it took me a while to get to the right mode and finally give it a fair try, and I'm glad I did. Hell yeah. This is a fun and enjoyable experience. If you're looking for complex storytelling or some compelling and well-written characters, you're at the wrong place. This is mostly a chaotic turn of events in which every major character has a spotlight to shine.
This is just too cliche.
Exactly. And that chick has worse taste than I thought.
Not cool!
I like this season more than the previous one. I wasn't that impressed or captivated by the Makeki concept, and the action was uninteresting, so I found much more joy in this entry of the franchise, as I have a lot of boobs and girls to lie myself with. Don't remember if we had full nudity in the first one, but we'll get some nip action every single episode, which is definitely an improvement.
Look, titty and snatch covers! They look like they're fresh, too!
Idiots.
So, yeah. I like other shows like Freezing, Sakurai, or Rosario Vampire. Maken does not have such an interesting premise. I mean, we have these Maken devices, which gives us superpower and stuff, but other than that, there's no overarching threat or mystery to keep events going. Just an unlucky random dude with his perverted best friend enjoying their lives at some private academy filled with weirdos and MILFs. Yeah, if you give me some teenage girls with double D implants, I guess it's enough for me to watch your show and call it entertaining, but I can't shake off the feeling. This is wasted potential after all. The second season really showed how fun and interesting the universe can be, as long as characters have some more screen time for us to acknowledge their personality and their traits. We have individual little stories that center around some idea or other activities with the many attractive girls from the series. I'm not sure they're all part of the harem, because it's a massive number of females to deal with. What I know for sure is that at least the three girls that live alongside the main character are in love with him. Since the second season, the harem king gets severely sidelined in favor of his harem and other busty, voluptuous females from the academy. In my opinion, this is a pretty good idea. The show definitely didn't need to adapt any more of the source material. And this whole thing stands as merely advertisement for the manga, and yet this is a good kind of filler. No bullshit story arc from the past, with some awesome scenarios where the perversion and comedy of the show gets hyped to 11. This is the most fun I had with the Maken series, and I do appreciate all these creative and witty sketches which primarily focus on the fanservice and craziness of this magical world. The first episodes were the weakest in my opinion. They were standard age scenarios with memory loss cliché and other underwear related quests. But for the second half of the show, the anime became more self-referential and even incorporated thoughtful jokes to add to the silliness of the story.
Come on! Hurry up or we're gonna be late! I swear, it's like we're just reusing the same animation to kill time.
We have those weird premises in which the extremely voluptuous school nurse forces the protagonist to be her boyfriend for a couple of days while spending their time together on a private location. As much as I like both, and I do love them balancing watermelons, I have decided to draw a line when it comes to their sizes. You see, while big is usually more fun and aesthetic, too much is still a bit too much, and this nurse has some huge knockers.
Yuka, can you please access the school records to see if for some reason they'd know if there might be any other students with breasts the size of over-fertilized watermelons?
This is way too much for me to consider attractive. I'm more for slender girls with pale skin and long straight hair. So yeah, anime boobs are great, but not when they are comically oversized. If I were to give some parameters, I say fairy tale is a gold standard when it comes to size. This is like Lucy and Urza's are just round enough to be naughty, while still remaining feminine and proportionate to the overall figure. Therefore, there are a bunch of girls in Maken who don't belong to my waifu list.
We should be looking for a girl with an H cup!
There's such thing as an H cup? Impossible! No one in this school has breasts that big!
For trying way too hard to hypnotize me with them knockers. Even the apparent main girl from the harem is unqualified for my standards given her enormous rack. I mean, hot damn! Look at those twins on her chest. How is she capable of running without breaking her spine? It's one of the many mysteries I will have to solve before moving to some more presentable titles from the industry.
I volunteer as tribute! Haruko, you can't!
As I was saying, boobs aren't everything, but a very crucial aspect of the female body. It has to be drawn in a certain aesthetic parameters for me to enjoy and consider them attractive.
I can't blame a flat chick for not having the right equipment to participate. Eagles down!
Speaking about personal preferences, there's one episode where the anime goes overboard with its silliness and absurdity. Maki even makes pop culture references, as represented with a prophetic dictator who is taking control over the school. Before going any further, the anime also makes references to otaku culture and even other katas from different anime.
Shipping Mocha Akashiya and Honey? My eyes have been opened to a new world! The possibilities are endless!
Now, the protagonist's best friend was an established pervert who was very much in agreement in regard with worshipping the beauty of the female body. And yet, he was also presented as a compassionate, fair guy who cared about their feelings and personalities. He used to be fair and thoughtful toward girls from his class, and yet now that he has the power, he has become an authoritarian monarch. I guess power does corrupt and can change an idealist with some dirty thoughts and respect into a dictator who abuses his rank to humiliate and objectify the women around him.
I am the new acting principal of Tenbi, Mr. Kengo Usui!
I really enjoy how unapologetic anime can get with referencing history, especially when it comes to the Germans. Man, Germans are weird in anime. Well, I mean, German girls are hot and nasty, like Laura from Infinite Stratos, or Kazumi from Brindhilder Into Darkness, or simply determined and strong, like Asuka Langley from Evangelion. But here we have some nice references to the weirdness of the German people. Both will go aside, we actually get a downfall scene ripoff in this very anime. Oh my god. The freakout scene has become a legend on the internet, and if an anime pays tribute to its authenticity.
Tanaka, Kobayashi, Yamada, leave now.
And last but not least, the icing on the cake. Episode 7 is the best German stereotype I've witnessed in a while now. The teddy bear Rudolph came to life and revealed himself as a deviant pervert who objectified women and acts like a horny chauvinist.
You bastard! I told you to
wonder you're always so testy. These women you live with have breasts like zeppelins.
Also, he's from over to Germany. Anime, how original. Yeah, the slowly Lolly purchases a teddy bear. That's her collection. But she tries to change her underwear. She notices how perverted he is and begins to question her acquisition.
And of course, her chest is as flat as a pork schnitzel. Imagine my disappointment.
This was stupid fun, yet I really liked the dynamic between the blonde Sunreg and her familiar.
If you don't want to show me the basement, think about upgrading to a grander balcony.
No way in hell!
How German. Das ist schon Deutsch. Das ist Deutsch. I love when people say Fräulein. Nobody uses it in Germany anymore. Well, at least not where I was at. But still, it is a formal and beautiful way to call such a pretty young lady. I give Maken Season 2 a generous 7.3 out of 10. If you like comedy and are not too picky when it comes to fan service, this is a show you should watch.